So if you clicked on this video, it means you want the woman you've been in a long-term relationship with to desire you like how she probably did in the beginning. But I'm also going to assume two things. So I'm going to assume that you want to do it in a way that's sustainable and doesn't require you to overperform and make grand gestures. And number two, you also want to keep her genuinely desiring you long-term and not slowly lose interest all over again. But over the past 5 years, I've been able to keep women emotionally attached and eagerly pursuing me long-term for years at a time. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I would do that again if I was starting from scratch in a relationship where my girlfriend is no longer desiring me like she did in the beginning. So back in 2021, I was in a 2-year relationship. We were living together in a nice 2-bedroom apartment, great job, stable income, trips together, and we even got our dog. The relationship was great. It was perfect on paper. From the time we dated to the time we moved in, the chemistry and spark was crazy. Passion and desire were at its all-time peak, but then it slowly faded away. She became less enthusiastic, more combative, and rarely had time for intimacy. And it didn't happen overnight, but it was like she was no longer the woman she once was in the beginning of the relationship. And I was confused, stuck wondering how to reignite the fire we once had, how to get her to desire me like she did before. But the more I tried, the more distant she became, coming home later, hanging out with her friends more, making excuses not to have sex, and expecting me to stay loyal. It's like she was slowly pulling back day by day, and there was nothing I can do about it. And I felt the relationship slipping. So I started doing everything in my power to save it and find that spark again. Special dates, trips, activities, deep talks, new stuff in the bedroom when sex rarely occurred. And I would love to sit here and tell you that I figured it out overnight and she genuinely started to desire me like she once did in the beginning. But unfortunately, the more I tried, the more she pulled back. But the interesting part is, it wasn't her losing desire for me or the lack of intimacy that was driving me insane. The thing that was taking the biggest toll on me was losing myself in the process of trying to fix the relationship. I had lost my identity and no longer recognized myself. I was putting this pressure on myself to desperately figure out how to bring the spark back between us. And I had all this pressure to make it work. And that self-imposed pressure completely sucked the life out of me. And like I said, I just completely lost myself. But the good news is that this is a very solvable issue, and it's a trap that can be easily avoided if you play it right. Because it's not like she didn't desire you and was passionate about you before. I mean, that's exactly what it took for both of you to get into a relationship in the first place. You had all that chemistry and crazy sex with her before in the beginning, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be wondering how you got to this point. And the actual issue is you putting all this pressure on yourself to make the relationship work and fix things. And I'll be honest with you, you're probably being a little bit unfair on yourself by being the only one pursuing, trying to initiate sex, and figure out what happened between you two. And you're getting more frustrated and discouraged the more and more she pulls back from you. And I kind of just want to start this video by giving you permission to maybe lighten that pressure that I know you're putting on yourself to fix the relationship, bring back the spark, and make her genuinely desire you again. Because I believe this self-imposed pressure is one of the biggest reasons why men waste months and even years trying to get their girlfriend or wife to be interested and desire them again, especially when they've been in a long-term relationship. So with that in mind, what I want to give you right now is a very realistic, practical roadmap that you can follow to help you get her genuinely desiring you like she once did, stay sane, and to bring back that spark without sacrificing your identity and self-respect. So step number 1 is to stop trying to fix the relationship altogether. Your job as a man is to not cater to and nurture the state of the relationship or romance between you two. If anything, that's her role. If you're eagerly trying to fix things with her, it gives her the impression that you are scared to lose her. And that's why she gets turned off even more and becomes resentful, making it damn near impossible to desire you in the first place. Remember, a woman can't desire a man who is afraid to lose her. Okay, despite what you may have been told, step 2 is the one that is by far the most important and yet also the most overlooked. But stay with me to the end because the very last step may have her desiring you the quickest. Okay, so step number 2 is you have to find yourself again outside of the relationship and get your identity back. The identity that you had before meeting her, and probably the identity that made her attracted and desire you in the first place. And if I'm being honest with you, man, it's most likely not her who has changed, it's you. Because a woman is only going to respond and react to her man based on his behavior and how he stimulates her emotions. Remember in the beginning when you first were dating? I mean, in the very beginning, you had a life completely separate from her. You were single and you had a spark about you. You probably looked a lot better, dressed better, was fitter, maybe in the gym more, had hobbies, activities, interests, and you probably hung out with the bros a lot more. All the things that probably made her attracted and interested in you, which is why she wanted to enter your world. This is also a time where you probably felt more alive than you do now, because now you are a ghost of yourself and have wrapped your identity in her and in the relationship. When you get that spark back in you, she will notice and maybe test you to see if it's real. All you have to do is hold firm and stay true to your identity, whether you're with her or not. And she will reward you for this, bro. I promise you. Okay, now this next step I'm about to share with you is possibly one of the most important things to do when it comes to getting her to desire you again. And yet, it is the one that men disregard the most. And that is by utilizing time and distance in your relationship. See, when you enter a long term relationship with a woman, familiarity and routine set in and begin to erode the relationship from within. And with women, this is not good because they're emotional and need to be stimulated. Otherwise, they will be bored. Familiarity and routine, when in a relationship with a woman, are your biggest enemies. And a great way to combat that is by using time and distance away from her, living your own life. Not just at work away from her, like doing your own individual life shit away from her. Hobbies, projects, communities, leagues, clubs, business trips, time for yourself. This time when you're gone will cause her to long for you and miss you, bro, which is one of the biggest things that creates desire, especially for women. The idea is that you want her to miss you inside of the relationship. Remember the times when she used to ask when she was going to see you again, or the time she texted you just to check in, or the time she texted saying, I miss you? That's what you want. Okay, so this last step can take you from her not desiring you to her all of a sudden wanting you out of nowhere. And it might even make her think that you're cheating, and it's something that most men never think to do. And that is switching everything up completely. Switch everything up and getting your swagger back. Essentially, you want to give off the same look, energy, and confidence that you had when you were single. And what this looks like is switching up your style and start dressing to look your best in order to attract other women. And if other women are attracted to you, chances are your woman will be too. But it's easy to look sloppy and comfortable when you're in a relationship. I get it. But staying attracted to your girl should be important. And to be honest, you really should be doing it for yourself because it makes you feel better overall. So with that said, get your grooming in check, your hair, your facial hair, and maybe get a new bottle of cologne and a few accessory pieces. Personally, my favorite bottles of cologne are Burberry Hero, YSL, and Lucky 1 Million. You can thank me later. Okay, so do all of these things paired with step number 3, utilizing time and distance, and it will have her wondering what the is going on with you. This actually creates novelty and a sense of newness in the relationship, which is probably something she hasn't felt in a while. Okay, so those are the 4 steps to getting your girl to desiring you again. But if you're serious about regaining her desire in the next 30 days and would like to fast track the process and work with me personally to do so, join my community, Female Mastery Decoded, and become a premium member. Inside, you'll get the full video module where I go in depth exactly how to regain her desire in a long-term relationship. 2 weekly live coaching calls with myself and access to all of the courses and material inside. And yes, that is me in real life. I'll put the link down below. All right, so that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments if this video resonated with you and share this video with a brother who you think may need to hear this. And if you want to see more videos like this, well, you already know what to do. As always, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next one.
Duke, you know I love you, right?